Hello, welcome to Choco Millionaire. I make this video as a very sad young man, but I know by the time you finish watching it as well, you'll know exactly why we all should be angry about certain developments. So there is a video trending and making the news, and it has to do with a commercial agribusiness located in Ghana that has been dealt with a very unfortunate situation. Without talking much, I'd like us to watch the video together and make sense of what the situation is.
This is the first video I'm recording in 2024. And I wish, like I do every year, I was here to wish you guys a happy new year. But unfortunately, that is not the case this time. Sementia farms and farming in Africa have been hit very hardly throughout December till this year. And that is the story I want to tell you guys. This story is the fact that we have been asked to move all our goats out of the community of Senase in 2 weeks' time. As you guys know, our farm is located in Ghana, in a region called Bunahafo region, in the Brekum municipality, and a small town called Senase. This is where we've had our farm for the past 5 years. And a few weeks ago, we were summoned into the palace of the chiefs and have been asked to take our farm away from this community. What this means that in the next 2 weeks, farming in Africa, Sementia farm, will be no more. And this is such a sad story for us. And that is how we are entering into 2024. I want to share more details with you guys because I know you have questions and you're wondering why is Red so sad and what is going on. But before I go in that, let me know what you guys think and I will come along and share this story with you in a few minutes. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. As I said, we have been asked to move our farm from this community. And today I want to share the reason and the story behind that with you. But before that, you guys, I want to give you a bit history about this farm and the community where I am. As I said, this farm is in Ghana, in Bunahafo region, in the Brekum municipality, in a small town called Senase. This is the town that I grew up as a child. My dad is from here. I wasn't born here, but I grew up here. Growing up, just like every village, has a lot of taboos. One of them being that dogs are not even allowed in this farm. You cannot bring a long firewood from the farm to the community. You cannot bring a palm nut without cutting it into pieces. So much and so many more were the taboos that we grew up as a child. One of them, not neglecting, is goats. Growing up, I knew goats were not allowed in this community, but everybody had goats. I grew up with goats. I grew up eating goat's meat. So these are taboos that started the community, but has been let go, and people have started building their investment in it. I grew up here and started Sementia Farm. Started first of all Sementia School, which is a school educating about 700 students in this community. As a result, or as a way of feeding the school with good protein, I entered into farming. Through that farm journey, we added goat farming, which has become an inspiration and an educational ground to most of you and myself as well. About a couple of months ago, maybe 4 months, I actually heard that the Queen Mother had issued an order for the people in my community to take out all their goats from the community. In fact, when this order came, people were spreading rumors. Everybody had something to say. And in a few days, about 3 days, a group of young guys with machete came into the community and killed all the goats in the community. Everybody was very annoyed, angry, and marveled. I was told the news. But later I also heard that because there was a funeral coming up, the order was for goats roaming randomly. And that is why the guys were killing the goats in the town. That being said, my farm is in this community and nobody stepped a foot into my farm. So that made that rumor, I guess, the truth. So for some reason, I was like, okay, our farm is fenced. Our goats do not graze or roam randomly outside, aside our own land, and therefore nothing to worry about. So we continue with our normal business for the past about 3 months after that incident. To be frank with you, that incident was very terrifying because goat has become not just a domestic farming, but also a way of source of income for parents to pay fees for their kids, to sell as a revenue to manage their homes. Most people lost that revenue right here in Brekum. Fast forward to 3 months. Whilst I'm traveling around South Africa, I got a phone call from my mom saying she has been summoned into the palace. I asked her to go and listen to what they have to say. When my mom went, she was given 2 weeks for us to vacate all our livestock from this premises because it is a taboo and the gods of this community do not want goats here. This is not the best of news that we're waiting for going into Christmas. So my mom came back home and told me. And now I sent them. My mom came back home to tell me. And all what I can think of is the land belongs to the chiefs. But I want to know what you guys would have done. What would you recommend if you're in my situation? You guys understand and know the beginning of this farm. How much revenue we have invested into this farm. The number of people that have been employed here. And aside just internally, the benefit of this farm to Africa in general, to you that are watching me, to most young people, this is an inspiration for you to go into goat farm. Yes, I could move my goats, but what about the work that have gone into the soil? What about the infrastructures that we've put together? Thousands of dollars and millions of cedis that we've gone into it. Just to give you an idea of how much investment has gone into this. In 2023, we actually invested 1 million Ghana cedis into this farm. Planting of the sementia grass, planting of the alfalfa, drilling 3 boreholes to actually provide water here. Introduction of breeds that cost over $1,500. All this cannot be taken with us. Building a warehouse, all the machines that we have here. So this truly has been a news of a nightmare without sleep. And now the question is, what do we do? Do we let go of sementia farms? Do we let go of the farming in Africa that you guys know? We have been pleading with the chiefs to give us at least 3 months to be able to establish another farm so that we can move our goals there. But unfortunately, the answer has been no. So we have no choice than to either sell off our goats or, I don't know as I talk to you guys, but we are being pushed to the wall. And I know you guys have been part of this family since we started this journey. And I deem it right for you guys to know what is happening here. I'm not sure how this story is going to unfold, but this is what we've been pushed with. This is what is keeping us up at night. Let us know what you guys think. Feel free to contact our WhatsApp number, share your views with us. If you know anybody that can help us, let us know. Because the farming in Africa, the sementia farms, is about to come to an end. We say everything that has a beginning has an end. And I didn't expect that our ending would be so soon. At least my goal was to groom more farmers, to inspire thousands of African farmers, and to have a farm that one day, even if my farm doesn't exist, could go to. But at the moment, we are not yet there. And that is a big concern. Young guys, that source of income comes from here. I also devastated about this news. Let me know what you guys think. But so far, this is what I have. We continue to push for more time. As hard as it is, even in 3 months, even if we are granted, we are in the dry season. We can't plant our grass in the dry season. We have to build new infrastructure, which requires capitals that we haven't budgeted for. We have put a lot here. We are almost settling in and focusing on our breeding program. But it is what it is. One thing I can leave you guys with, though, is no matter what, we will surely come back stronger and recover from this. Whatever decision they take or whatever next step we take, we'll keep you guys updated. If you're new to this channel and this is the first time you're watching any video from us, my name is Fred. I'm mostly more cheerful than today, so forgive us. But go ahead and subscribe. Click on the like button, the notification bell, because I'm definitely going to bring you another episode of an update of what is happening here at the farm, what the results has.
All right. Very sad video, isn't it? Very, very sad video. I hope you watched it. If you haven't seen the video yet, please, when this video ends, watch from the beginning. Fred, my heart is out. I don't even know how to sympathize with you, because it's heartbreaking. Now, what Fred is going through is what a lot of people are going through as business people operating in Africa, especially those who hustle in foreign countries, and then bring their monies down to invest in Africa. It is a reality. I'm a believer that we are not set up and ready to do business in Africa. We are not. We pay lip service. We want people to come in, but we don't give them any support. Not only that, we look them right in the face and just mess them up, like this one. I shared my own experience of how I entered into tilapia farming as a young man, when I graduated from the University of Ghana, 2012. I entered into tilapia. I got screwed, right there, screwed, lost all my money. And you share, people will say, oh, you're lying, you're exaggerating. Oh, Allah, we see this one. You see it? There is one thing about Africans, huh? I'm an African, so I can speak because I have the right to speak as an African. We hate it when people tell us the truth. We have itchy ears. We want people to pamper us all the time. We hate it when people tell us what our problems are. Do you know this young man very well? I haven't met him, but I've taken a bit of time to watch some of his videos. He moved from the United States to Ghana 5 years ago. Brought all the savings he had from the US to Ghana. He did not settle anywhere but the hometown of his father. That is how much he loves his country and his hometown. Do you see that? Just imagine me coming to Ghana, going to where I was born, Mipo, near Samankase. All the savings I have from Canada, melting everything and just coming down, say I want to start a business and promote growth in my own town and my country. And then just imagine waking up one day and then all this nonsense. Nonsense, because it doesn't have any sense. There's no sense. 2023, the young man took 1 million Ghana cedis loan facility. Put it into this business. And look at it. Look at the breakfast, like our Nigerians would say. Look at the breakfast we serve him in the New Year. You know, are these not the people we ought to be supporting as a continent? Now, for those who want to learn more about Semenshia Farm, please check their website out. Those who want to learn more about Semenshia Farm, check out his YouTube channel, Farming in Africa. Took a bit of time to go through the channel, and I can tell without doubt that this young man is a serious Pan-African. He's one of the people that went out, never forgot home, his roots, made the money, came home with the intention of not just starting something in his community, but bringing hope to his community. You may have heard him mention that he started with a school in a community, providing education or schooling opportunity for about 700 people. 700 people. So it was out of that schooling project that the idea to start this agricultural business came. Because he realized that there is a need for, one thing creates more opportunities. The kids needs to be fed. Where do we get food from? The kids need it. That's why he branched into agriculture, to make sure he has more supply to actually provide for the people. And eventually, he ends up providing an opportunity for people. Have you paid attention to his setup, his business farm, the setup? This is a very educated guy. You see how he set it up? Well fenced. He has a farm where he grows all his hay. He has a boreholes and all of that drilled. So this is somebody who believes in, modern agriculture. Did you see the footage he shot? Professionally shot video with drone. You can see there was drone hovering around the farm there. So this is somebody who knows his stuff. Very educated young man. The very kind we actually need in Africa. Do we need to be reminded that most of our countries in Africa are importing some of these very things young men like Fred are into? We are importing them from China. We are importing tomatoes from China. We are importing our African print from China, t-shirts from China, cow skin from China. And then you have a young man who is into commercial agribusiness, not in a town, but in a village or in a small town. And this is a young man we need to actually be building a statue to celebrate or honoring, you know what I mean? And if they F you up like this right in the face. What is wrong with us as a people? When you talk, they say you talk too much. When you talk, say you know nothing. What is it that we don't know? How much sense does it make? 700 people who have been put through school, through the Semenshia schooling opportunity or schools? How many, the dozens of people whose job depend on this farm? An opportunity like this that puts the whole town, like Osinasi, on the spotlight, that this guy gets to talk about you almost all the time in his videos, attracting foreign investors to come. How do you behave like this? I'm not a chief. I will not pretend that I know why things played out like this. But we heard the story. My understanding is that this is not the first time he's been victimized like this. He's had his entire pig industry or farm also destroyed in the past. This is not the first time. And by the way, the land he's actually operating on is not the land he was given for free. He actually purchased it. He said it himself. He purchased the land. He has all the paperwork. So wait a minute. The cost of the evacuation, we want you to take your business out of this town, is because of a taboo. For those who don't know what a taboo is, a taboo is basically a fear, superstitious, something that is really, really, a belief that is rooted in tradition or culture or a belief that prevents us from doing certain things. Basically, they are a set of prohibitions telling us things we cannot do, and the basis for not doing them is rooted in belief, traditional belief, not a law, not a bylaw, but just a traditional belief. And most of them are superstitious beliefs. Most of them are basically irrational. When I was young, growing up in Ghana, there were so many taboos and superstitious beliefs that I grew up on. And I respected them. As a child, we respect our elders. There is a taboo: you cannot farm on Tuesday. You cannot do fishing on Tuesday in certain parts of Ghana, in the coastal areas. And when you ask them, they will tell you that's the day that the gods come out, you know, the gods of the sea. That's the day that they come out. So they don't want you to be seeing their nakedness when they are out doing their thing. You cannot be out doing fishing on those days to see the nakedness of the gods and invite all kind of curse into your life. You heard him say that you cannot even allow a dog into certain places like the farm. But remember, a dog is a big part of our farming life, not just our domestic life, our social life as pets, but a dog is a big part of farming or hunting. You cannot allow dogs in certain areas. But the queen mother, the traditional leader, thinks that this farm has to go away. You see that? I want you to pay attention to what I said there. This is a young man who returned from the United States 5 years ago to bring all his sweat money from the US to invest in Africa. Odemaya, you were doing a good job. I've said this in the past. I'm going to say this again. I believe you're a brilliant young man doing an amazing stuff that we need to celebrate. And I hope you're going to see this video. And I know when you see it, your heart is going to break. But this is not what you're promoting, isn't it? This is not what you're hoping that people will be going through, isn't it? We're inviting African Americans to come down and invest, but this is not what we want them to go through. If this is happening to somebody whose father or who is from the hometown where he's investing, can you imagine what will happen to a foreigner who does not even have any basis in our land as a native? Can you imagine? A foreigner who may not even speak our local language. I am a realist. And as a realist, I like speaking the truth regardless of who it hurts. Africa is not ready to do business with the world. Do you know why? Because the systems we have in place work against innovation. The systems we have in place prohibit real business in the 21st century. I think going out there and telling people to come and invest in Africa is not the time. What we need is to fix the system and people will come. Right now, we aren't fixing no system. We are not. So whilst our brothers are telling people, come and invest back home, come and invest back home, this is what is actually happening. Whilst our brothers are telling people to come and invest, this is what is happening on the ground. And guess what? You might be saying, oh, Choco, this is just one. It's not one. This is what happens almost everywhere. The cases, the number of cases you find is actually more. There are so many businesses that are collapsing because of this nonsense. You find one or two people telling you they're doing what they get frustrated by day. Look, go and watch the interview Akon granted. Just Google Akon's whatever. I wish I can even mention the channel name. I listened, I sat down and I watched that on my TV. Akon said the same thing, frustration doing business in Africa. So what then is the point of us being so happy about what the Maya going around to tell people to come and invest in Africa? And then we have all these problems as if we don't have investors in Africa. Do you know how many investors we have in Africa? Do you know how many young men in Africa actually invest in Africa and they've never even traveled? And all they need is a support. We don't think the local people need the support. They need it. Why are we not giving to them? We're pretending that we built a marvelous place that people should just come and thrive and do business. And we have all kind of vipers and snakes that swallow businesses. Huh? Papa Kwesi Indum. This same business they do for Ghana. Banks, opening banks and financial institutions and stuff, creating jobs. Look at what we did to him. We collapsed his businesses, two of us. Am I lying? Park Kwesi Indum. He could have chosen to stay in the United States. Came to Ghana. What we do? Collapse in business. No be so? Collapse using politics. Collapse it. Collapse his bank. Collapse this. Collapse that. Collapse that. Yet this is somebody who has business operating in the United States. You know what I mean? Do you know what we did to Dr. Frimpong Boateng? The very first person to set up a cardiothoracic center. In West Africa or in Africa, in Ghana, in the 90s, early 90s. Do you know what we've done to him? Do you want me to show you? Dr. Frimpong Boateng could have decided to stay in Germany. Because after studying in Ghana, he went to Germany to go and hustle and study. To do his further studies in Germany. No, so after staying in Germany for how many years? Did he not return to Ghana? Yes, he did. When he came, we didn't have a heart a surgery center. He came and he built one. He became the first person to do an open heart surgery. You know, so today, what have we done to that man? What have we done to him? What have we done to Dr. Frimpong? What have we done to him? I'm talking about this very man here. All right? This very man. What have we done to him? Look at him. Kwabena Frimpong Boateng. Dr. Frimpong Boateng. What have we done to this man? I'm asking you a question. One of the finest surgeons in the whole universe. This man. What have we done to him? Today, let's go and see what we've done to him. Let's clap for ourselves. We destroy and kill everything. That's who we are. We don't like it. Africans, Americans, you are watching me. You're feeling Africa? You want to go back to Africa? When you come, I'm telling you the truth. Nobody is telling you. I'm telling you the truth. We're messed up. We're messed up people. We're messed up big time. We envy, we kill, we destroy, we ruin. That's who we are. I am from there. I'm saying it. So don't just listen to hypes of come back to Africa. People have to tell you the truth. You don't believe me? You don't believe me? All right. You don't believe me? I'm going to refer to a channel of an African American. Go and watch it. All right? Let me pull this up. Go Black Africa. Go Black Africa, run by an African American, somebody who speaks the truth, right? Go look for it. Go look for this channel. Go Black to Africa. Go look for it. He's an African American. He's an American. He loves Africa. It is in his DNA. He's encouraging people to come back. That's him. I love this man. Because what he stands for, I stand for it too. Except that I am honest and I know Africa well because I'm from there. He is from America, coming to explore the continent now. I am from there. I watched a video, this man, this. Let me see if I can look for the title for you and probably even play a little bit for you, okay? Go Black Africa, okay? Yeah, look at it. Look at the title, guys. Before you people tell me that I'm exaggerating, look at the title. What does the title here say? Africa is not legit. It's time to reveal the truth of the African obstacles. Right here. Go watch it. Right here. Go look for that video and watch it. Africa is not legit. Do you see it? He said, enter at your own race. He's an African American who saying this. Watch it. Look at the title. Go and watch it. Should I play for you to watch? Me, I tell you, I tell the truth all the time. People there, they clap. Oh, what am I promoting Africa? Promoting what? What he can they promote? The Africa ways, people come, they cross borders, they beat them, they collect bribe. Is that what we are promoting? The Africa way, where you come do business, people, they steal your money. The Africa way, if you want to get anything, I have to bribe your way out. What are we promoting? Is that how Dubai is doing it? Go and watch United Arab Emirates. Go and watch Qatar. Do you know how people do business? You put your base together first. You put your base together first. You put your foundations together first before you start telling people to come and patronize. You don't start advertise your business on Amazon or online for people to buy when you don't have your supplies ready. When people begin ordering, how are you going to supply them? How are you going to supply them? United Arab Emirates did not just start by telling everybody to come and visit UAE or Dubai. Do you know what they did? They took time, built their foundations, built the system, figured out everything that can frustrate people. They sorted out all those things. And when it was time, they started promoting brand UAE to the world. And it was a carefully engineered promotion at the right time. So when people go to UAE, they know what they are getting is what they were preached. Qatar, the same thing. You see Qatar aggressively hosting World Cup. It's all part of the brand to promote Qatar. UAE didn't just get out there and say, come in. We are the only people who like to pretend. Our house is so smelly. We are not feeding our own children in our homes. And yet we are going to tell people out there, come to my house, come and sleep over. Come to my house, come and play. Come to my house, come and have food to eat. Is there any food in the house for your own children? The answer is no. So why then are you telling African Americans to come down there? And we are not telling them the reality. 2019, year of return. It be so way when our governments use and package and take deceive people. Come to Africa, we'll give you this. Come to Africa, we'll give you citizenship. Come to Africa, we'll give you opportunity to do this. How far? Apart from one or two people who are bent on relocating from the US to Africa, how many people will really come down? You don't believe me? I just showed you proof. Go and watch it. The very things I'm talking about every day in my video, that's what he admitted in there. Because when the reality hits you, it will hit you. We have a very beautiful continent, but we don't want to admit there are serious systemic problems that kills initiative, that kills innovation, that drives everything that is good out. It is what it is. This gentleman is not a Lebanese, so that will say he's not from here. Let's kick him out. He's not even a foreigner. He said that's his hometown. See what we are doing to him. See what we are doing to him. Huh? And you might think he's the only person. We are doing it to all of them. We're doing it to all of them. I tell you, we're doing it to all of them. Dr. Frimpong Boateng, look at it. The first person to set up a heart surgery center, the cardiothoracic center, performed the first open heart surgery in Africa. Frimpong Boateng. That man was lured. When I say lured, he thought he wanted to help his country. Oh, he said I should come and fight Galamsey. I should come and be the chairman of the committee, blah, 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 blah. Oh, the president wants me to come and help so that he can fight Galamsey. He said he's going to stake his life on it. He went. You see what happened? Did you not arrest him for just coming out and saying the truth? Even if what he said was an allegation, look at the style in which he was arrested. Huh? And this is the man who is doing all kind of innovation. The very first person to start what kind of farm. Just read it there. This man, look, read it. He says he was in Germany. He was offered a scholarship to study medicine in Germany. He could have decided to stay in Germany. He came down to Africa. Today, we have frustrated him. Frustrated him. I'm telling you. We have frustrated him. Frustrated him. Look at it. The Rise and Fall of Professor Kwabena Frimpong Boateng by Lawrence Appiah, the chairman of the president of the diaspora community, progressive diaspora abroad. He wrote, the moment he decided to join and contribute more politically, we came for him and shut him down. This is it. When I talk, I don't talk because I hate my continent. That's where we are from. When I spend 90% of my day talking, I speak to Africans because I care. I don't sit here speaking to white people. When was the last time you saw me doing a video talking to white people here how to live life? My brothers that we speak to because we really care. But we have to admit that we got serious problems. You see it? Right? Maybe it's about time we begin to ask those questions, not just ask questions, begin to back it with some serious actions to upset the system, to cause that change that can get us to move. Traditional leaders watching me, I think most of you have outlived your essence. I believe most chieftaincy institutions, not just one aspect, some have outlived their essence. We don't need them. That's a fact. We don't need them. There was a time we needed them. When we didn't have a modern state like this, we needed you. Because you guys were the ones who led us through our migration journeys to cause us to live and inherit where we are right now. You are the guys that help mobilize our armies. We're the guys that help get us going. But we don't need a lot of you guys around today. You are complete waste. Complete waste and a mess and an enemy of progress. Any chief that is not attracting investors into the community to help your people, you are a waste. You are a waste. And your essence, the fact that you are even having the effrontery to do the things you do, simply shows how our leadership politically is also completely just irrelevant. You don't think we have chiefs in Canada? We do. Do you know we have chiefs in Canada too? Do you know the natives have their own chiefs too? They do. But there is always that collaboration about how we can use the public good to benefit everybody. The land does not belong to the chief. That is false. No land belongs to a chief. The land belongs to the people of the community. The chiefs are only made a custodian of the land because you are the leader and you are expected to use it to benefit the people. No land belongs to no chief in Ghana. No land belongs to no chief. When he was born, did he come with any land? Or his father inherited it? So that land that is there that you don't want people to be doing business on because of XYZ taboo. What the taboo say? What is the meaning of the taboo, by the way? A taboo that says what? Goats, because of a funeral, we should what? Go around and then get rid of goats? How? What kind of taboo is this, man? And what is, you know? How can we even prove that the last time we didn't chase the goats and kill them, this is what happened to them? You know, there was a calamity that befell the community because the goats were not killed. Can we prove it? Can we prove that the last time we did not deal with the goats like the way we're doing now, the last time we didn't do that, we had a calamity? Can we prove it? The answer is no. So what is the basis of this taboo? What is the basis of this taboo? How relevant is it? When was the last time this taboo brought anything meaningful to the community? At least show us proof that, hey, buddies, you guys talk too much because you were educated. Let's show you proof. Last 2 years, there was a funeral. And during the funeral of a big man in the community, we're not supposed to have ghosts roam. But because we allowed you guys to have your ghosts roam around, we had a calamity. There was an incident. This happened. Disasters happened in the community because of that goat. So that people can believe that at least the gods actually do work. Can you guys show any proof from Osinasi that this is what happened 3-4 years ago? Something disastrous happened because goats were roaming about or around. I bet you will not be able to show the proof, isn't it? But this is what they are shoving down our throat to. Fear of the unknown without a basis, rational basis. See what I mean? No basis, no evidence of effect. That's it. His business is at a risk of actually, he's likely going to lose everything. I'm hoping that with videos like this and the media reporting on it and all of that, governments can get themselves involved. The regional minister and the people involved, the district chief executive, can probably go talk to the queen of the land to see how best they can resolve it. Because getting Mr. Fred out is definitely not the way. What it does is that it discourages other people from coming to do similar things. Mr. Fred is busy on YouTube, on his channel, Farming in Africa, promoting and encouraging people to come and farm, just like other content creators or other Pan-Africans are doing. We cannot be frustrating the efforts of those who are hoping to build, when those who are in power are using the position of power to actually frustrate young people. There is a reason why young people are not investing in the continent today. Because the disincentives and the frustrations are so real. Heartbreaking. I hope we learn a thing or two. There are many people who are really frustrated. They don't want to invest in the continent. They would rather invest somewhere else where it's safe. And these are some of the reasons. Now, this video is also not to discourage anybody from investing in Africa. I just like to lay the facts. Like I said, I believe that Africa is not ready to do business progressively. Because the basics of doing business in the 21st century, we don't have it. Digitizing the economy, making sure that land tenure disputes and stuff are resolved. These useless things where lands are in the hands of chiefs who sell the same land to multiple people. You haven't gone through any of it? I'm exaggerating in it. I am exaggerating in it. A chief sells one land to 10, 15 people at the same time, right? Or different time. One land sold to multiple people. A chief, a useless chief somewhere who uses the money not to even invest into his community and his people, but to take on more wives and marry more wives. And no, this is the reality of it. This is the reality of it. And the governments are they are so too, I don't know, they just lack it is about time we go beyond the talk and force our governments to begin to work. Governments must begin to actually take over any land that belongs to the community, because those lands are not just lands for the community, they are lands for the people. If the community land cannot come under government ownership, we have problem. Even if it will be left in the hands of the traditional leaders at the local level, these lands have to be used to benefit people. When they are sold, the monies don't go to the chief. It has to go back into development. That is actually how our forefathers and our ancestors actually crafted this whole thing, people. They were not selling lands to multiple people. They were giving lands for our people to farm. They were giving lands for our people to do stuff with. What is the greed today with all of us today? That young men and women who are into chieftaincy position, occupying positions, are abusing the power just to do all kinds of things. Africa, we need to wake up, oh. African leaders, you guys are not even any better. If these lands from the chieftains or local levels are relinquished to you guys right now, you know what you're going to do. You're also going to distribute them, among yourselves. So basically, the rot is all over the place. All over the place. The rot is all over the place. All over the place. You cannot even trust the African leaders or politicians to even do better, because they are worse. That is why they can't even tell these guys to even do the right thing, because they are worse. And then we keep sapping the energy out of our young people. And then we don't understand why. So this young man right now, I carry him back, say they go back to USA. You go tell us he be traitor. Oh, that's shala. He be traitor for not liking his country. You like the country more than him. When I tell you that the traveling abroad has benefit, you know they understand. You see where the guy bring him money from? USA. Can investor go hustle for USA, bring the l'argent down. See what I mean? If they tell you, say, traveling abroad, okay, it comes 700 schools, 700 students where they sort out for school. He's calling brothers abroad to also come and invest in Africa and do farming, because farming is supposed to be an easy business. No be so? Useless African Union. They'll just go and sit down and drop big per diems. Corruption everywhere. Corruption everywhere. And then they'll be using political jargons. We want to fight colonialism and imperialism. Yet they are the ones who actually put us in more trouble by going to borrow money for the same colonial masters. By trying to, they do just the opposite. Recently, I was told that there was a new African convention that was supposed to happen in Ghana. Professor Lumumba and others were going to have conversation about the new Africa we want. And they were sabotaged. Is it true? I understand they cut power completely from Professor Lumumba, and they couldn't even hold it. Am I wrong? Let me know. Those of you who were there, let me know whether I'm right or wrong. Did they not sabotage them? God has blessed us with amazing messiahs in the past. We have crucified each and every one of them. From Nkrumah to Sankara, name them, to Gaddafi. We have crucified all of them. You see, the white man cannot destroy us without our permission. It is our own people that connive and destroy us together with the colonial powers. Nkrumah would not have been gotten if our own people did not compromise themselves. We are the cause of our own problem. It will take an African man today in Africa to lead and front for a Chinese man who does not have papers to work in Africa to come and do illegal mining and lumbering in our community. Our own African brothers are the ones who lead them to go and collect the passport they are not eligible for, to go and collect the Ghana card they are going. If you go to Uganda, the Chinese people are not operating in isolation. Ugandans are the ones leading the Chinese people to go through the process and circumvent the process. Who is doing us? Is it us or the colonial masters or imperial masters? Who is causing us? Can anybody come into your house and take over without your permission? The foreign companies that are looting us and doing all kinds of businesses in Africa and looting our money, who is giving them permission? Who is giving them the certificates to operate? Us, our governments, our people. So who are we blaming? Who are we blaming? And then when our own people want to start something like this to create opportunity, we frustrate them and we chase them out. And then we sit back and we ask, we don't understand why young people are going to the UK. Go and learn. Go talk to people and ask them, why are you moving out? They will tell you why they are moving out. Because the very things we do, they send people out. The things we are doing, they send people out. When your home, it does not become a sanctuary or is no longer a sanctuary, you move out. Many of us, our homes are no longer sanctuaries for us. They become places that are like deathbeds for us. So we have to move out. That is what is happening. African Americans, educate yourself. Don't fall for the hype. Africa is forever yours. We want you guys to come, but come with sense. Don't just come. Come and stay among us. Live with us. And you know that's real. You soon know that we are full of corruption. You soon know that we'll smile with you and dupe you tomorrow. You soon know that finding integrity and people to have their word for their word is a luxury here. You don't just get that. You soon know that everybody cares about taking from you just because you're a foreigner. The moment you have the accent, we are looking for ways to take from you and to take from you and to take from you. We are super corrupt. We do it to our own self and we don't hide it. So before you come in, just make sure you know us well, because that is what we are. If nobody is telling you what I'm telling you today, you can choose not to believe it. It will stare you in the face. When you come, the land that you are buying, they will likely sell it to other people. When you come, everybody will cheat you. The contractor who is building your house is likely going to be building his own house using your money without you knowing, and he will inflate. This is who we are. God bless you and thanks for watching. Very unfortunate. Sementia Farms, so sorry. I pray that we are able to get some good news to reverse this. Otherwise, do what you have to do to survive. This life is tough. Sometimes the very people we try to sacrifice our lives for are the people who crucify us. Africa has so many messiahs, young men today who are trying to do so much to get this continent right. But the rot in the system from the top all the way is so severe that if you are not careful as a young man, you lose not just your investment, but your life in the process. Young men, let's be wise and let's reason well when making moves. Africa is for us, and only Africans can build Africa. But we have to be honest to call a spade, instead of just having itchy ears and wanting people to pamper us, when in fact, we do worse to ourselves. God bless you and thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.